Okay, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. So yeah, I had to restart this recording session because in an earlier recording session, one of my cats jumped up onto my keyboard and accidentally stopped the recording, and I didn't notice until after the battle. Oops. Alright, we are going to continue, and then we're going to redo the battle.
It's been too long, Your Highness. But try to temper your joy, will you? This is a war, after all.
God damn it. I lost the I could not get the battle. Joys of doing these recordings with a cat.
To say such a thing at a time like this. You have not changed one bit.
Lovely.
Don't let looks deceive you. I've had a rough go of it ever since I crossed blades with those traitors in Furdiad. When I heard you'd been executed, I rushed there as fast as I could, blind with fury. When I got there, I was fed some garbage about not being able to see your body. The next thing I knew, I was gripping my blade and... Gilbert, you have done well to locate His Highness. I am truly grateful. And you, I have you to thank as well. Well, we are in your debt. I will repay you for this someday, I swear it. And you, Felix, you have also done well to bring His Highness here.
Okay, so I missed out on recording that battle, so great.
Tell us all you know, Rodrigue.
Well, you gotta love a quick and easy recap like this, so...
There's not much to tell. You are aware that the western region of the kingdom was taken by the Empire, correct?
Yes, so I have heard. They are now calling it the Fargus Dukedom, or some nonsense.
If you know that much, then the rest won't take long. Enemy or not, it's undeniable that Cornelia's plan was nothing short of genius. After seizing power, she invited the Imperial Army to Furdiad. There, she reorganized her troops and then sent soldiers to hunt me down. Because of that, we were forced to act defensively, and now we're being forced into a difficult battle. She's been controlling the situation all along.
So that's been the witch's plan from the start. I should have killed her ages ago.
Yep.
Your Highness, Furdiad is in a terrible state right now.
So again, I will repeat this. Rodrigue, you're trying to appeal to the morality of somebody who is basically the king of the dead.
The tyranny is unbearable, and so the rebellions are endless. Refugees starve to death in the streets. If I may speak freely, Your Highness, we should change course for Furdiad and take down those traitors before we embark to Enbar.
There's no time for that. We must annihilate Enbar before all else.
I mean, there is plenty of time for that, because if you take back Furdiad, you'll have more supplies, more troops, more territory.
Think this through. I understand wanting to destroy the Empire and the Emperor. I want that so much it hurts. But which is more important, the dead or the living? Silence!
No, Dimitri.
No, Dimitri. You will hear me out.
I love the balls on Rodrigue. Dimitri tells him to be quiet, and he's just like, shut up, you're gonna listen.
Are you asking me? Asking the dead to forgive that woman?
No, he's not. Dimitri, have you lost brain cells over the last 5 years?
No, I would not ask that of you. What I am asking is that you allow us to prioritize the kingdom capital over the imperial capital for now. As Lambert's close and trusted friend, I am confident that he would have advised the same.
I would agree.
Do not dare to put words in the mouths of the dead. They are your words alone, even if you borrow their lips. Until I offer up that woman's head, Father will remain a slave to his lingering regret and hatred.
Are you sure it's your father's lingering regret and hatred and not your own? Because it feels like it's your own lingering regret and hatred that is consuming you.
Even now, he suffers. It is ceaseless. As we waste time with idle chatter, his suffering continues.
I mean, he's suffering through you. You're suffering on his behalf.
You are my king, our king. Wherever you lead, we will follow. But Your Highness, there are those who take up their sword in the name of revenge and yet along the way lose the strength and composure to follow through. You would do well to bear that in mind.
And Dimitri is starting to crack.
Ah, I nearly forgot. Take this, Your Highness. The time has come for it to be wielded by its true master.
Eretvar, the hero's relic once wielded by my father.
The very same. I managed to steal it back from one of Cornelia's underlings in Ferdiad.
Understated as ever, Father. It must have been a true struggle to get it back.
I am grateful, my friend.
Gilbert, Professor, may I request something of you? I wish to fight at your side.
Senile already, old man? Who will protect our territory?
Felix! I mean, I would have asked the same thing, but still, read the room.
I expected it would come to this, so I left those matters to my younger brother. He has my complete faith. I must keep my promise to our fallen king, to my dear friend. A very old one. I swore it nearly 10 years ago. Now then, Your Highness, let's destroy the Empire together. My men and I will spare no effort. I pray that you are right, and that this will save the kingdom.
I can replace this Killer Lance.
Our orders are to capture Enbar by striking the enemy's stronghold directly.
Easier said than
How
done.
familiar are you with the geography of Fodlan? Then you must be aware that the kingdom and the empire are separated by the impassable Ogma Mountains, right? Legend has it that Saint Seros once crossed over those mountains to fight against the Fell King Nemesis. But don't fool yourself. Leading a large army over such steep mountains would be near impossible.
In order to infiltrate the Empire, we have no choice but to go around the mountains, either to the east or to the west.
Why not both? Okay. Let's go east.
Yes, I agree. The Alliance is currently split in two. Those who stand with the Empire and those who are against it. Leading the Imperial faction is House Gloucester, while House Regan leads those who oppose. We should take advantage of their internal conflict and proceed east along the mountains until we reach the Great Bridge of Myrden in Alliance territory.
The Aramid River divides Alliance and Empire territory. There are many large bridges that cross it.
Huh, okay.
However, the Great Bridge of Myrden is by far the largest, and it is also closest to the monastery. I believe you crossed that bridge 5 years ago on your journey to the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. I'm afraid it's a possibility, but it's still more practical than passing through the west.
That's true.
Perhaps our next move should be to contact House Regan and request their cooperation. Claude of House Regan is the leader of the Alliance and is firmly against the Empire. They are the enemy of our enemy. In other words, hopefully, a friend.
I mean, that is a good old saying. The enemy of our enemy is also a friend.
Are you suggesting that we ask House Regan to engage the Gloucester soldiers?
I am. If we take the bridge, then House Gloucester will no longer be able to receive support from the Empire. There's no way a man as wise as Claude would refuse our request.
And once we manage to capture the Great Bridge and gain a foothold into the Empire,
Then we cross Gronder Field and head south toward Enbar.
But if we get attacked from both sides, we'll have to fight people from the Alliance, won't we?
Speaking of House Gloucester, I wonder how Lawrence is holding up.
Probably not well.
If we meet him again, it will probably be as enemies. To be honest, I'd rather avoid seeing him altogether.
If you do not wish to kill familiar faces, do not tarry over the corpses of the dead.
Wow. Dimitri is such a ray of sunshine at this point, isn't he?
Good advice.
Prepare yourselves. It is time to steel your souls for the task at hand.
And yet we have a month to prepare.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Lone Moon. The Rose-Colored River. The Kingdom Army meets with Rodrigue in Aelel, the Valley of Torment. With the strength of House Fraldarius on their side, the time to invade the Empire is finally at hand.
Really? That was it?
even though it
Yep, I'm probably going to need a better recording PC, but it's what I got.
I studied at the Officers' Academy when I was young. Those memories come rushing back whenever I return. What are you doing here at this hour anyway? It's the same for me. Perhaps you'll allow me to join you. Much appreciated. I keep recalling my eldest son. He was quite gifted. In fact, he was appointed a knight at the age of 15. I still vividly remember the day he was granted a sword from His Majesty.
Is he talking about Glenn?
Dead. He was killed 9 years ago in Dusker. All that returned of him that day were his sword and his armor. After it happened, I said something horrible to Felix. He's hated me ever since, and I don't blame him.
Aww.
No matter how much you grieve, the dead will never return. No magic in the world can bring them back.
I mean, if you play D&D, the wish spell. Resurrection, Revivify, True Resurrection, Clone.
That's why their memory clings to the living like a curse.
Making a pact with an eldritch god that might kill your soul.
The more they were loved, the tighter their hold, and the more suffering they cause. I fear I am not a strong enough man to scold His Highness for his foolishness.
Really? I'm pretty sure you still can.
Right you are. As adults, it is our responsibility to scold him and help him find his way again. I come off as so self-important, but really, I'm just a failure of a man. Professor, I entrust the young prince and the future of Fargus to you. I suppose that was a dramatic way of putting it. My apologies. You should know that I have no intention of insisting that you take back Ferdiat. All I ask is that you continue to rein in Dimitri's manic desire for revenge.
Oh yeah, because I'm doing such a good job on that one.
Now then, we have received House Regan's consent. All that's left is for us to depart. If we make it through Gloucester territory and across the Great Bridge of Myrden, we'll be in Empire territory. You are not afraid, are you? Yes. Such is war. I'm glad you were the one to lead the Blue Lion House, Professor. I mean that.
Well, like I said back in the earlier episode, may as well start it with Squirtle. Oh, hey, I got 4 extra days to prep for everything. Great.
Not sure I should sing with everyone. I'm not great at harmonizing.
You look like a cat that's been sprayed with water. What? You don't think I should sing the high notes?
Alright.
I will not yield! Yeah!
Really? They can't animate these?
It's been a while since I had such a close call. If not for you, Professor, I wouldn't have made it. I didn't expect to be ambushed on a simple scouting mission. You should be asking about the mission, not about me.
Eh.
I have to ask, Professor, what brought you here? So you came to protect me. I'm beginning to understand why your allies love you. These are selfish times. One doesn't expect to encounter selflessness. You're kind. In that respect, I'd say you're much like Lady Rhea.
I mean, I got the green hair and the topaz eyes.
Of course. It's thanks to her kindness that I'm here today. I was an outlaw in Fargus. She took me in and let me live here. Didn't I tell you? I was born into House Karen in Fargus. They used to call me Thunderstrike Cassandra. I was implicated in a plot to kill the king. It was a totally false accusation, of course. I had to flee the kingdom, and the Archbishop took me in. I used to be a student at the academy, so I knew I'd be safe here. Lady Rhea saved me once when I was a student, you know. I don't really remember what happened. I was badly injured and near death. Lady Rhea took care of me. She didn't mind getting dirty. She took my muddied, bloodied body into her arms. Since then, Lady Rhea has been my inspiration. I will always serve her, protect her, love her. For some reason, when I think about Lady Rhea, your face comes to mind. You've become an important presence in my life. I wasn't expecting you to have a positive response. I'm not thrilled about it personally.
Oh.
I am still going to keep my eye on you. Not so I can report to Lady Rhea, though. Just because I want to.
Are you falling for me, Catherine? Alright.
Professor, I asked to be on the sidelines. Why did you put me on the battlefield?
Because you wield an axe!
You did protect me, so I guess I can't complain.
You're one of the best axe users in the game.
Wait a second, you're hurt. Did that happen when you were defending me? Oh, you're lying. How could you be so reckless?
Oh, fine. Call me a liar.
Perhaps you'll say that that's what friends do. They look out for each other and save each other. But if I saw you getting attacked, I wouldn't risk my neck to save you.
Bullshit, and you know it.
No, don't overestimate me. I don't know if I've told you this, Professor. I have a very impressive big brother. I'm not just saying that. He's strong, smart, nice. He's basically perfect.
Yeah, and you are the perfect axe user in this game because you have a high dexterity, which means you offset the axe's low accuracy. Plus, you have a high agility stat, so you're double attacking.
Before Claude turned up, people talked about him becoming the next leader of the Alliance. Anyway, my parents have high expectations for my brother, and he almost always meets them. No one expects anything of me. If something's even a little bit difficult, I find someone else to do it for me.
Lazy bitch.
That's what I've done my whole life. Of course! I can't stand the idea of not meeting someone's expectations.
You're just a walking, complicated sack of emotions, aren't you, Hilda?
I know how people react when that happens. From watching my brother, I mean. People force their expectations on you, and then if you fail, they look so disappointed. Whenever that happens to my poor brother, he looks just devastated. So, don't expect anything of me, please. That way, I can't disappoint you. You're stubborn. Okay, fine. Keep believing in me. I do want to support you and support my friends. I just don't want to let you down.
Oh, Hilda, you're just a You're just an axe-wielding Miku Hatsune. Alright. We got some paralogs to do. Mitra accepted the battle gear of the King of Lions from Rodrigue and obtains the certification for the Great Lord class. Oh.
Whatever it takes.